It's the 23rd day of July. I greet you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. At the back of the Bible, almost at the very, very back, you're going to find a little letter. There are 3 little letters, 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John. And in 2 John, in the first chapter, these words are written. Though I have much to write to, I'd rather not use paper and ink. Instead, I hope to come to you and talk face to face so that our joy may be complete. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be glad. Everybody wants to feel joy. And I think it happens when we do connect relationships. This morning at 9 o'clock, a bunch of community leaders gathered for a Zoom call. It was a meeting on the internet with little faces popped up on the screen. And we talked about, we answered the question. We always ask every month when we meet as a group of community leaders, we ask one question and one question only. How can we help? And inevitably, somebody comes to the table with, well, my organization's in the midst of this, or the organization that I love and serve in is in the midst of that. Well, I want you to know that our organization, you can be very proud of members of your congregation and members of your staff, because a member of our congregation brought right to the front the very same thing that Shannon and Becky and I were talking about 10 minutes before that meeting began. 10 minutes before the meeting began, we met and we said, what is it that we collectively believe we need to bring to the table this morning? And we were talking about homelessness, because we have an individual that's been hanging around the church, and we're trying to do everything we can to make sure that they are cared for and loved. Jesus said, if they're thirsty, if they're hungry, if they need shelter, and we're trying to make sure that there is drink and food and shelter. But we don't do it on our own. Any smart organization doesn't do anything on their own any longer. Congregations and organizations led by leaders, true leaders, are going to provoke and prod and drive people to the only thing that matters. Some people call it the big question. Here we call it, what's God up to and how can we join in? I can tell you that Shannon and Becky said, we've got to talk about homelessness. And that's what we talked about. Everybody in that call. We weren't talking about multi-service. We weren't talking about the school district. We weren't talking about the police department, the ambulance association, this congregation, or any other organization in town. We were talking about how can we help? This is where we need your help. If you're viewing this little recording, then I want to ask you to do one thing today, just one thing. And there are 3 or 4 things I really need you to do, but this is the first thing. I want to ask you to pray. I want to ask you to simply, whether it be on your knees, whether it be sitting in the chair, whether it be at your desk right now, I want you to just, however you pray, ask God, what are you up to? And how can I help? Because I think I just heard my pastor say, he and others in our community need my help. And I do need your help. We need your help. They need your help, because there are no individuals. Not if we are God's children. We are collectively one body, and there is one truth and one provider. God said, I've already provided everything for you. You've got it all. You just have to share. So I'm asking you to pray, then I'm asking you to share. Share your life, share your time, share your money, whatever it takes. Let's meet the needs of those who are homeless in this community. Let's put together a true plan, not one that's going to fall short, but let's plan and pour our resources into the heart foundation of loving our neighbors. Would you turn away your child if they came to you and said they have no place to sleep? Would you turn your friend away? Would you turn your neighbor away? Would you turn your biblical neighbors away? I hope this is helpful. Be blessed.